Welcome back to another episode of Triple FMK, where I watch the horror movies and let you know if I'd rather fuck them, marry it, or kill it. I'm Jay, and on this episode, I'm joined by the one, the only, the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the sweet, sweet vocal tones, Dave Jari from Criminal AF podcast. Brother, what's going on?
What's happening, man? Glad to be on here.
Hey, man, I appreciate you jumping on here and wanting to shoot the shit with me a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
How things been going on your end?
Not too bad. Just celebrated my birthday not too long ago, a couple days ago. My son's birthday today, so we'll get together here pretty soon. You know, he's 23, so he's got his own thing going on, but
oh yeah, most definitely. Oh, well, happy belated birthday! You know, couple days late.
Yeah, I mean, once you get past 30, I mean, they pretty much don't mean anything. So
yeah, I don't even count anymore. Like sometimes I got to do math to even remember where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
I think I'll hit 47 in August is where I'll hit.
Oh really? Oh dang. Yeah, I'm 30 plus 19.
Okay, see,
yeah, that's what I'll go with.
See, I don't do math real good, so I don't even really know what that is. I'd have to go for my phone and pull up the calculator.
Yeah, right. That's what I gotta do every time we I go out to eat or something like that, and you got to figure out the tip.
Yeah,
I'm like, all right, $36 times, just so I can figure out a freaking tip.
I gotta if I run out of fingers, I'm fucked.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but hey, real quick though, for anybody listening, if they want to check you guys out on Criminal AF, what's your any link, social media or anything like that, brother?
www.criminalafpodcast.com. You can go there and check out all the links. We got links to our Patreon, all of our the podcast, wherever you want, whatever platform you listen to, links to merch, social media, all that kind of stuff. Find it all in one spot.
Awesome. And to get on that Patreon, you get into that Discord.
Oh, geez.
And I'm in the Discord. And I tell you what, there isn't a day goes by that something ain't going on in that Discord.
I think it's crazy.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, out of everybody that's like on Patreon, there's probably like a solid 8 to 10 people that are in the Discord all the time. Yeah. And I mean, it's 24 hours a day. I mean, you're going in there, you pop in, somebody's posting something, memes, cartel videos, accents with somebody's head torn. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah, they got everything from an animal section, post all your little pets.
Yeah.
There's a section for everything. And if there's a section that you come up with, David plug one in there for you.
Yeah. Like somebody the other day was like, "Hey, can we get a channel for talking about books and movies?" And I'm like, "There you go.
Yeah,
have fun, have at it."
Yeah, that's the place.
And that's what I like about the Discord is because with all the other social media, like Instagram. I love Instagram. I love Twitter. I got 4 followers on Twitter. I don't know why nobody does Twitter, but all those. But with Discord, it runs itself. You know what I mean? Like all the other ones, you got to put work, you got to initiate, you got to dedicate time to and spread and everything like that. But with Discord, everybody's just have at it, do what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, it's always some kind of topic every day. It's something new. Like I said, it doesn't get boring in there.
No, it gets a little steamy too sometimes.
Yeah, it gets a little. Wouldn't have it any other way though.
No, absolutely not. Hell no.
No. But when you reached out to me, we had a video chat the other weekend with the Discord, and you mentioned about willing to do a show with me, and like I said, I definitely appreciate it. And I said when I told you, I said I was thinking about movies to do, and I was like, man, with Dave, I just want to get on there and be able to laugh and talk some shit. I was like, so I don't want nothing serious. Yeah. And so I heard about this one called The Special. Oof, yeah. And so that's the one I hit you
special, up. All right.
Yes. So I hit you up and I said, let's do The Special. And so you were like, okay, I'll check it out. And so that's what the plan was. And you watched it. I literally got up this afternoon and watched it, probably finished watching it 2 hours ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And so
So
It's
it's kind of
still.
fresh. I
Oh,
did. I
let's.
did make some notes because I mean, you're following along with that story, and I mean, I do have to say, like, you don't know what's going to happen next. You know,
No.
it's very unpredictable.
Yes.
But it's a doozy. It is a
It
doozy.
is. It is. And so that's why I wanted this one. I was like, man, it's one of those that, if you ever get on here again, we might do a serious movie. But today, this one,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not going to be serious. But
yeah. From beginning to end, it was like, what the fuck
yeah,
is going on?
that's exactly it. But
Yeah,
the special is a 2020 horror film. It is directed by Harrison Smith. And I'd listened to an interview with him, and he
yeah.
said when he did this movie, what he wanted was people to be in there going, "What the fuck am I watching?"
Well, he nailed it.
Nailed it, knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he definitely will. Yeah, he got what he wanted on that one.
Yeah, and just to kind of give everybody a little heads up, when I thought about this movie, I thought about the song, and you know the song, the Dick in the Box song.
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
Yes.
And I thought to myself, yes, I was like, it was like Mr. Smith, the director, heard that song and said, "Hold my beer."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's flip that real quick.
We're gonna flip this over, go a whole different direction with it.
I know that was yeah, I mean there was so many like scenarios. I mean like things that popped in my head. The dick in the box popped in my head. The portable glory hole.
Yep.
It's just it's endless. It really is.
There's a market there.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I know. There's another side of this we can look into.
I wonder if it's patented.
I hope not. I have to reach out to Mr. Smith and is there a patent on that box?
The only thing is, who do we put in the box? Garrett.
Oh,
Yeah, Garrett.
yeah.
Yeah, Garrett's he's a little he's a little on the smaller side. He could fit in there.
He'd be good in the box. Yeah.
We can use.
but when this one, in this movie, just a kind of little quick plot setup.
Yeah.
And I got the notes on the cast, and I have to look at notes because I don't remember shit. But main characters in this one, Jerry is played by Davey Ralphie. Jerry has a best friend named Mike, played by Dave Sheridan.
Oh, I got to pull this up. So I did the same thing. I looked at the IMDb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, just I want to get the characters down, so I kind of look like I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And let me tell you, the character that played Mike, his head. Did you see his headshot?
Yes,
dude.
That
look
Billy,
at that fucking shit.
Yeah, he's got a Billy Ray Cyrus thing going on there.
This movie was made in 2020, and this dude still has his headshot from like 1984.
Yeah, he's like he's not letting it go. That mullet and the hair can't let it go. I had to look at it. I had to look at it twice when I pulled it up, and I'm looking at him, and I was like, Mike, and I'm looking at him like, fuck, dude, like like you said, you haven't updated your shit in years.
He had to have played hockey or something.
He had to. That's definitely a hockey haircut. But yeah, and then Lisa plays Jerry's wife. She is Sarah French, and
it's hot though.
Oh yes, he was an idiot.
Yeah.
Jerry. But in this one, in the beginning, it shows you Jerry and Mike sitting at a bar, and Jerry is suspecting his wife's having an affair because of a text message and his good old buddy Mike. Buddy Mike does what buddies do.
Yeah.
Buddy Mike's like, hey, she cheated on you. There's only one thing to do.
Got to do it.
You got to cheat on her. the best friend advice.
Works every single time.
Every time.
Yeah. Like
nothing ever goes wrong with best friend advice. So this and I'll let you kind of go into what Mike's big plan was for Jerry.
Yeah, so Mike is like, hey, Jerry, your wife cheated on you, allegedly. You need to go to a brothel. Right? So And he's like, yeah, I don't know, blah, 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 typical back and forth, back and forth. Like, trust me on this. We need to go here. So the thing that cracks me up is that, Jerry's finally like, fine, I'll go, whatever. And did they talk about the special yet at this point, or did they do it?
No, because it was after he told him he's going to get him the special, and then they get in the car and he gives him that fucking plastic bag.
Yeah. Now, technically, the movie should have ended there. 5 minutes in, we should have been over because Jerry puts a fucking plastic bag over his head. I don't know if can I swear on here.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So Jerry puts Mike tells him to put a plastic bag on his head, and Jerry should have been dead in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Because that car ride seemed like it was like a fucking while, and this dude breathing carbon monoxide the entire ride.
Yeah, because when he got there and pulled the mask off, the dude's hair was all wet and sweaty.
He's like,
in the wintertime. This is wintertime. Because it was funny because Jerry asked Mike, he's like, am I going to suffocate? And he's like, are you breathing now?
Exactly.
Mike was a good buddy.
Oh yeah. So they get there, takes the plastic thing off, and they go in. And let me tell you something. As soon as they walked into the brothel, I think I contracted all 8 variations of herpes. That place fucking dump.
It just looked nasty.
Yeah, and the three main women, whatever, where the brothel workers there, they all look like they had gonorrhea and they're addicted to crack.
Yeah, like I don't know what herpes smells like, but I believe you could have. It had to be a smell. Is that herpes? I can taste it.
So Mike goes off, with a couple of the prostitutes. No, yeah, Mike goes off with a couple of prostitutes. Jerry gets the special. So Jerry goes up to a special room, and he's like, what the fuck do I do in here? And the only thing that's in this room is a box. Okay. And obviously inside the box is a fucking glory hole. And he's like, what the fuck? And what does it say on the box? It says,
stick it in here.
Like looking into the hole, and he's like, fuck, whatever. So
it takes him a while though. It takes him a while to kind of be like, he got like, he walked in there without looked at it and like, man, I'm not fucking doing that shit. And then just starts thinking about it. He kind of keeps looking back at the old hole. No, I'm not doing it. Looks back at the hole again. The wheels start turning. I wonder.
For me, I probably would have been a little bit more cautious. Like, I mean, he does like kind of like put his finger in there and kind of, but I don't know if I'd be as willing to stick my dick in a hole in a box.
Yeah, no.
Because like I don't know, maybe because I'm traumatized. Because when I was a kid, you ever when we were kids, we had the Halloween parties at school and everything like that, and you kind of had to like stick your hands in the box, the mystery boxes, to kind of guess what boxes. It was all like slime or something like that. Like I've been traumatized ever since that. So if I can't actually see what's in a box, I'm not putting anything in there.
I get that from that old TV show Fear Factor. When they would have to stick their hand in there, and it could be spiders or whatever, and I'm like, oh hell no. But I'm like you. He stuck his little finger and kind of looked around, but then he just straight on, like no caution at all. Just like, fuck it. Here I am at this rundown herpy hotel looking thing, and I'm just gonna put my dick in this box and see what happens.
The best, Oh, anyways, apparently he gets the most amazing, whatever it is, blowjob, whatever the fuck you want to call it, and he passes out. Like it was so amazing. He just like fucking done.
Knocked him unconscious.
So they carry him out to the car, and apparently Jerry he likes what he had.
He woke up in the car driving back. He was chipper. You could tell he was just excited.
I don't even think they tucked his dick back in. I think he's just
because he even admitted he still had a hard on. Like riding back. He's like, I'm still hard.
Mike did warn him. He's like, listen, if you get the special, it's a one-time only.
Yep.
You can't go back. It's one and done. You can't go back. And he's like, why not? He's like, trust me, one is enough. Do not go back. Blah, blah, blah. So then come to find out that Mike doesn't listen to that advice, right?
Fuck no. And before he does that, remember they go home, and his wife is there.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. And and she's like, oh, you're out drinking, blah, 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 whatever. And he's like, yeah, it's no big deal. And then what happens next? I'm
She
drawing a blank.
tells him Mike leaves, and then she basically just comes out and tells him that she's pregnant.
Yes,
Yeah.
drops the bomb, right? And
Yep.
I guess he thought he was shooting blanks, I guess, because
Yeah.
it was a shock. Like, is it mine? Like, this is probably the worst reaction ever.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm pregnant. Is it mine?
Yeah.
What the I mean, so yeah, that kind of ruined the whole moment there.
Yeah,
And
it was.
he's like, I'm sorry, just not feeling well, whatever, been drinking, it's kind of a shock. I didn't mean to come off that way. So he tries to blow it off, but he's obviously consumed with the amazing hole that he just stuck his dick in.
Yep, that box.
Yeah.
The next day he goes to work. Yeah. And I would have thought maybe I could understand why he was in a pissy mood, because his little secretary was like, he's like, good morning. And then she's like, oh, you should see these pictures. And he was just like, goodbye. Like, he's just an asshole.
Yeah. I actually, if there's one character besides Lisa in this whole movie, if there's one character I kind of feel bad for, it's Trudy, the secretary.
Yeah, Trudy took a lot of heat.
Yeah, she tries to be nice. I mean, I get it. We all work with one person who's overly nice, and it's just like, okay, tone it down a little bit. But yeah, I kind of felt bad for her, because all throughout the movie, I mean, she appears like 3 times. I don't even know what her purpose in the movie is, no. But she appears like 3 or 4 times throughout the movie, and she's all chipper every time, and Jerry's just like, go fuck yourself.
Yep. Every time he's like, he has to call her or anything, he's just mean to her, like hateful. Yeah. He walks up in the office though with Mike, and it basically, his wife accused him that morning of asking if he was cheating before he left for work, and that wasn't even it. That's what Jerry didn't give a shit about. That all Jerry wanted to know was, you have to tell me where this place is.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess him and Mike, they go out to lunch every day together, but today Jerry's like, you know what, I'm gonna head out by myself. I'm going on a little adventure, right? Yep. So he goes to, now the brothel that they went to is basically staged as a psychic, like the Madam, what was her name, Madame Zora? She was,
Madame Zora.
He's pretending to be a psychic or whatever like that. So now he's going from psychic to psychic throughout the city, trying to find out who Madame Zora is. He ends up paying off one psychic lady, tells him where Madame Zora is. He shows up, she answers the door, okay? And she's like looking at him like, who the fuck are you? And Jerry's like, hey, I'm here for the special. And she like looks at him, she's like, I seem to remember you. And he's like, bitch, I was here like fucking 8 hours ago. Fuck. Of course you remember me. I was here.
I just left.
So, but this is the kind of thing that throws me off, because the previous night when they were leaving, Madame Zora told Jerry, do not bring your friend back. Like, let him come back here. He's not welcome, blah, blah, blah. Because I guess you stick your dick in the box one time, that's it. That's all you get. Well, I guess the next day, Jerry had enough money to convince Madame Zora to let him stick his dick in the box again.
The funny part, though, was the night when they went in there, she told him $60. Oh, so yeah. Madame Zora was so hell-bent on, don't you bring him back here. Next day, he says, I'll pay double, which is $120.
She's like, okay.
Yeah. Miss Zora was like, oh, fuck everything for an extra $60. It wasn't like he said, I got $1,000. This motherfucker gave you $60 extra.
Boy, I didn't about that.
Yeah.
yeah, so she's like, okay, I'll take your 100. So he goes up into the room, and obviously he gets another amazing. I don't even know what you call it. Do you call it a blowjob? I mean, what do you call it?
I don't know.
I
I
thought it was,
just,
but later in the movie, you kind of find out that was it a blowjob?
yeah, I don't know what it was because the first time he put it in there, and you seen it just like started sucking the soul out of him.
And it sounded like moister than an oyster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like you can hear the little crunchy, like gooey sound while he's putting his dick in it. So it's like real. It's like if they had put the movie Ghostbusters, if they'd have shoved Slimer down in that fucking box.
Damn, Slimer gets down. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's how Slimer gets down.
Oh shit. Uh, so yeah, so what? So he goes back the next day. He gets in, gives her $120. Blah blah blah. Goes up, gets another fucking amazing blowjob, and now he's fucking hooked. He's addicted.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get this fucking box? Like, I want this box to be mine. So, he's looking at it, he's picking it up, he's like shaking it, he's like fucking whatever. And then I guess Madame Zora comes up and she's like, no, you can't take the box, blah, blah, blah. They get into this big fucking, argument and struggle over the fucking box. I don't know how she got, anyway, she dies, right? I don't know. I don't know if she, because the way she fell to the ground, it doesn't look like she got hit.
I think it looked like the way they made it look, I took it that he like swung the box and it kind of knocked her down.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then like the little whole like step on the throat thing.
Like, yeah. He steps on it. Oh, that was brutal.
Yeah.
Same things, but steps on steps on her throat and strangles her. Boom, she's dead. Um, Now where do you go with this magical box? You can't bring it home, can you? No, my wife's there. She's gonna know what the fuck's going on. So I'm gonna rent a seedy hotel by the week. It's like how much is the hotel a week for like $200 or something like
I
that?
think it was like $250. And this fucking idiot don't even have cash.
I know. Find out.
Yeah. He's put it on my card. And so he charges his hotel room to his card, and the guy gives him a room upstairs. And then Jerry takes off upstairs with his newfound.
Oh yeah, it's his love. Is his love nest.
Yeah. Love in a box.
I'm surprised he didn't like strap it to him and just walk around with it like the music video.
I know, just like keep his dick in it. He could have called Justin Timberlake. He could have probably told him how to rig that shit up.
Keep box on your fucking cock.
Yeah, how'd you keep that box just on your dick like that?
Yeah, so he has his little love nest and everything's great, and he gets to have blowjobs anytime he wants. Which, I mean, I understand he was married, so I mean the blowjobs probably faded like years ago. So have your own personal box,
to have a box to do it for you. The part of it that kind of grossed me out a little bit was at some point he starts kind of messing around with that hole, and he's looking in there.
Yeah.
And he takes his fingers and he's like digging them down in this box. And when he pulls them out, they're like covered in this slimy looking shit. And his first thought isn't, oh God, that's gross. His first thought is, I bet I could jack off with this. And he screams when this one hits him.
Oh, yeah. That's what at first I was like, it sounded like he was in pain, like it was burning, and which I can understand, considering where it came from. And I mean, I'm sure a lot of things will burn once you walk over there. But yeah, so yeah, he lets out this scream that, like, I don't know how nobody didn't hear it, because you had the house cleaning lady that was next door, all this other kind of stuff. So yeah, he puts it on his dick, and now he can keep the box there, but he can also he saves a little bit of the slime in, like, I don't know, like a fucking.
I think he took emptied out one like the little shampoo bottles.
And he's out the shampoo. Now he has the box in his little love nest, and now he has a little sample that he can bring with him, so he can do it whenever the fuck he wants. And So he goes home, eventually goes home, and his wife was like, "Oh, where were you? You know, whatever." She still thinks she's cheating on her. And he's like, "Oh, I went out with Mike, you know, I'm not really feeling well. I'm gonna go to bed." And she's like, "Whatever." So he goes lay down, and I mean, when you masturbate, do you get butt ass naked to do it?
No,
No. Yeah.
no.
Butt ass naked, laying in bed, fucking going to town with this slime, and his wife walks in and she's like, "Oh, what do you got going on here?" And he's like, "Oh, I was gonna come and surprise you." I don't know. Whatever. Do your thing. I don't know. So he so now he has it on his dick, and he's fucking, you know, raring to go, everything like that. And she's like, "Oh, you know, party time."
Yep.
So they have sex. So the effect of the slime is now passed on to the wife, and they both have the most incredible sex they've ever had, you know. And yeah, Lisa's got it going on, I'll tell you that, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. And the funny part, when they were having sex, though, it was like you could tell he couldn't get into it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, and it was like, and he couldn't really get into it until he held her down and made her be still. It was
Right.
like he was so wrapped up in that box that just sits there.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Damn it, bitch, I need you to stop moving. I'm trying to get my box fix here."
Oh, it always was like the whole section came up to me like their sex life is very like vanilla, you
Oh,
know.
yes.
You when they started like messing around and stuff, you know, she was like, "Oh, slow down, you know. So but he's like, "Nope, I got this fucking jelly on my dick, I am ready to go." And he just wants to fuck, you know.
Yep.
And so and also he's like, "Nope." You can see he was getting like frustrated. He's like, "Let's go," you know. So then finally he just it yeah, he gets pretty aggressive with her.
Yep.
And you know, the biddies are going, everything's
The boobies are flopping.
yeah. And and when they're done, he's just like, "Hey, yeah, thanks." Yeah.
Yeah. Next day he shows up, comes downstairs. He's like, "I got to go to work."
He's like,
And yeah, like last night wasn't good enough for him.
"Yeah."
You could tell he was moody when he left.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he goes back to his little, hole in the box. And when he comes out of that office, boy, he comes back out of his little room and he is in a good mood.
He's great. Yeah.
Like
Everything.
the wife couldn't do it for him, but that box
Yep.
cured everything.
Everything's right in the world. So go ahead.
Now we're getting to where we start feeling a little itchy. No, remember before the itch, the wife was in the shower.
Oh yes.
Yes.
That's a trigger warning scene right there.
Yep.
Yeah. So the pregnancy is no longer valid.
Yep.
Right.
I think it has something to do with that jelly.
100%.
Yeah, that jelly fucking killed the baby.
I think the jelly was like, you know what, you're messing with my man.
Yep.
You're not coming in between us, and we're gonna settle this right here.
The jelly was jelly.
The jelly. you should make a t-shirt. Jelly.
Yeah, jelly was jelly.
On it. Yeah, that's what I usually do. Side note, for like whenever we're doing an episode like that and we come up with like a slogan or something that just comes out, we're like, make it a t-shirt.
Yep. That's how I came. That's how we the t-shirts I put out now. They got that it says "Live, Laugh, Legacy." Had to go to t-shirt.
You know, and a lot of people, you know, if they look at your shit, they're like, "What the fuck does that mean?" Tune in, you'll get it.
Yep.
A lot of that stuff's for like the people, for the diehards. But anyway, where were we?
Yeah. The itchy.
Yeah. So obviously this jelly isn't as good as it appeared at first. So he's getting a little rash in his groin, stomach area, you know, down in there, from rubbing the jelly all over his shit. And he goes to the doctor and he's like, "Are you cheating on your wife?" Blah, blah, blah. He's like, "No, no, no." And he's like, basically tells the doctor to go fuck himself and give me whatever he can because I need to go back to my fucking box. And even when he goes to pick up the prescription for the ointment, he's he's like raring to go.
Yeah.
He's like, "Let's fucking go. Where's my jelly? Come on, I mean, where's my ointment? I gotta get back."
He just wanted to get some of that ointment on there to cool the burning just long enough to put his dick back in there.
Dude, I did feel his pain though. I did feel his pain. Like he lifted his shirt. He's like, it was almost like the reaction I got was like when you got like a really bad sunburn, you gotta like kind of like peel your shirt a little bit so you don't like rub it too much. I don't know. That was the kind of vibe I was getting. Yep. But yeah. So it starts spreading a little bit. Now, what happened? The box dried up, didn't it?
Yeah, he the burning was there, the itching was there, and he went back to his little love shack and was trying to fuck the box. Well, he was trying to put his dick in there, but he couldn't feel anything.
Yeah.
And like he was sticking his finger in there, he couldn't feel none of that sweet jelly no more. And so he's panicking. So the box is locked. So he basically hauls ass to a hardware store, has no clue what he's looking for. He's looking around, and the guy's like, "Can I help you?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to cut a lock off." I'm like, "Dude, you don't even." I'm surprised he even knew what a fucking hardware store was.
Right. That's about this. There's like little bits throughout this movie where it's just like it what is it? It's pointless. It doesn't add anything to the movie, but they throw it in anyway just to make you be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
But he goes into this hardware store, and like you said, he's looking around. He doesn't know what he must have lived a sheltered life because he doesn't know how to fucking cut a lock off of a box. Okay, which is probably the first thing I would have done if I would have taken it out of the room. I'd be like, "All right, let me see what's in here," not continue sticking my body parts inside of it. But anyway. So he goes to the hardware store. He's looking around, doesn't know what he's looking for. He says, "I need to cut this lock." And the guy's like, "Oh, you mean bolt cutters?" And he's like, "Yeah." Okay, this is probably the worst hardware store in the United States because not only did they not have bolt cutters readily available for sale, the guy had to go in the back room, probably dig these bolt cutters out of a closet, and he's like, "They're used,"
Yeah. He was gone for a minute too. I'm like, what kind of hardware store is like bolt cutters like gold, lock and key?
They got those little fucking like security things on
them. Where's the Walmart person at to open this fucking case?
So he comes out, he's like, "They're used," and these things are fucking massive, and a lot are like this big. So he brings the bolt cutters back to the love shack, and he finally gets the box open. Now this part, I watched it a few days ago, so I'm kind of fuzzy on this part. What he opens the box and what?
He opens it up and it don't show it at first. It shows him reach down in there and he pulls it out. And then he sets it on the bed. But the box is blocking it. You still can't see it. Right. He instantly has to fuck it. Yeah. And he gets off on this one. Like he gets it all up in the jelly. And he busts that nut again.
Just putting it's not just a standard box in front of you now. Now, whatever it is, it's laying on the bed, and he's just like,
"Yep." And then it's that next day he calls in sick again, and that's when his wife comes in. He's laying on the bed
in
his house
at home. Yeah,
but that's when she tells him she had lost a baby.
Yep. Yeah, and he gives zero fucks pretty much.
No, he was cold. I just want to go to sleep. Let me go to sleep.
She's like, "What's the?" Yeah, and then she thinks she has an STD, right? Because she still thinks that he's cheating on her. So he's like, "It's not a STD. It's not, and but yeah, cold as shit. Doesn't give a fuck that she lost the baby. He realizes that she's a little upset by that, and he's like, "We could try again. Don't worry. We'll we could try again." Anyway, just enough to get her out of the room so he can lay in his fucking yeast infection of a fucking dick and whatever it was.
And that shit's spreading now. It's spreading. It's working its way up.
Oh, yeah. So so now the whatever was in the box, we not this is where we discover what was actually in the box, right? It's in the shower now,
Yeah,
or
he has it. He has it in the shower.
yeah.
And what? Yeah, because he has it in the shower. Because what happened that next day after he left, the wife comes home from the store with the mail.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
and she opens up the mail, and here we go, the credit card receipt that dumbass got the hotel room with.
Yeah, he pays cash to Madame Zora, but he uses his credit card for his 6 day stay at the fucking Love Nest.
Yes, and of course the wife, the name of the hotel's on there, so
Yep.
she beelines it to the hotel and goes up there, comes up in the room, and apparently the herpes smell is now in the hotel room.
What is that awful smell?
And he was just like, "Oh, it's an old hotel room." No, motherfucker.
I mean, prostitutes have been banging in his bed. Of course, it's gonna. Yeah, so she thinks that his mistress or girlfriend or whatever is hiding in the bathroom. There's a little back and forth, whatever. She ends up going into the bathroom and she looks in the tub, and now we see what was in the box, right?
Yep.
And it's like this blob. Uh, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it.
It just looked like it was a big wad of
Yeah,
purple looking, like if
right.
you took Slimer from the Ghostbusters and balled him up.
Right. Yeah, I would say it's probably about the size of what you would think, like maybe a little bit bigger than like a brain or whatever.
Yeah.
Trying to like paint a picture here, and it's just like this pulsating,
Yep.
like blob in the tub.
And it's like it's got life because it's like it's breathing because it's all moving.
Right. And she's like, "What the, you know, basically, what the hell is that?" And he's like, leave my fucking blob alone and all this other kind of shit. And they start fighting. Anyways, he ends up strangling her.
Yeah.
He kills his wife because she discovered the blob. So his wife's laying on the floor, and now he actually goes back and he fucks the blob again, right? While his
Yeah. Yeah.
wife.
He's sitting in the tub, like rubbing the blob while he's looking at his wife. And then he starts touching his wife's boobs and shit and holding her hand.
And she's like, she's
Yeah.
like, and he's like, oh shit. He grabs the rusty used bolt cutters and oh shit. That was a little, he jizz her to death with the bolt cutters. And yeah, so Lisa is no more.
Yep.
Now rewind when he first rented the hotel room, the Love Nest. The guy who ran it said, as a joke, make sure you take the bodies with you, because the owner understands that it's a piece of shit fucking hotel.
Yep.
And now, come full circle, now he has to take the dead body out of the hotel. And yeah.
The good thing now though is wife's dead, so he can take it all back home now.
Yeah, he doesn't need to. Yeah, he doesn't need to rent the hotel room anymore. He's got the lay of the land at the house.
Yeah.
Now he brings Lisa back. He brings the blob back, and I guess there's like a little crawl space area. He sticks Lisa down there. The people are trying to see how he's doing, because obviously he hasn't gone to work in a little bit.
Yep.
And he's just living his best life with his dead wife in the crawl space. He's fucking his blob, little side effect of the rash now spreading up to his shoulders and down his legs, but it's tolerable because he's got
the blob.
Now friends come over, right? There was a surprise birthday party that Lisa had planned for Jerry.
Yeah,
right?
it's been Jerry's birthday. Yep.
So all these people show up and they're like, surprise, and he's like, what are you guys doing here? And they're like, oh, we're here for the birthday. And he's like, oh, we're not feeling well, and they're like, well, where's Lisa? And oh, she's sleeping, she's not feeling well either, blah blah blah. And they're like, oh, obviously they're really good friends and everything. And finally he just fucking snaps. He's like, shut the fuck up, get the fuck out of here, bro. And like they're like, whoa, okay, fucking psycho. And So yeah, so he goes back. He's obviously fucks his blob like 37 more fucking times. And now the next day after that, that's when the gift shows up, right? The
No.
snowball.
Oh yeah. Well, then first, Mike comes by to check on him because Mike's at the bar, and while he's at the bar, he sees the news report because the police have gotten involved in the dead Madame Zora. And so he sees on the news, and on the news they speak to her like bodyguard guy, his security, and he was like, whoever's out there that did it, I know you're needing help right now, and I can help you.
Yep.
You just got to come see me.
Right.
So he knows something with that blob shit is going on. And so Mike takes off to the house to go find Jerry.
Right, yeah.
Mike gets up in the house, starts looking around because the garage door's open. So Mike goes up in there. He's looking, trying to find Lisa, and he makes his way to the bedroom, and there is the blob in the big tub, just chilling there, and it's not looking too good. It's starting to get a little blackish and real slimy, and so then.
It's got its own venereal disease.
Yes, it now has its own form of herpes. And so Jerry shows up, and there's Mike standing in his kitchen. Yep. And Mike's trying to be like, and Mike was gonna be his boy. He was like, hey man, if you did kill Madame Zora, I got you. We'll come up with something. And then Jerry's like, but what about Lisa? He was like, she got in the way. Now he got two fuckers.
Oh my god. Yeah. And this is like, again, there's a couple of full circles in this movie, because now how does Mike get rid of Jerry? Or how does Mike?
Jerry gets rid of Mike because Mike goes for the cell phone. And Jerry comes up behind him. It looks like it's the exact same plastic bag. The same bag that he put over his head to go find the special is what he's taking Mike out with.
Full circle. I love it.
And I never understand people when they're getting choked out by a plastic bag. They never use their hands to go for the fucking, like, can I pop a hole?
That's what I was like. I was sitting there watching that scene, and I'm just like, use your hand. Like, what are you doing? Because Harry has the bag around his face. He's not choking him. He's not doing anything else. He just has the bag held over his head. He's just holding the bag on his head. And you see the bag getting sucked into it, like he's trying to breathe. And Mike's hands are like this. How about that? Do that. Come on,
Poke a hole, damn it. The funny part was, even after he killed Mike, the next day he shows back up in the fucking. And this is where it comes to find out. In the beginning, he thought his wife was cheating because of text messages. Well, come to find out, those text messages was to a guy who she was buying a snowblower for Jerry's birthday. Yep. That's all the text messages were. She wasn't fucking around. She had bought Jerry a fucking snowblower. That's all.
Yeah. So the guy shows up at the snowblower. He's like, hey, is Lisa here? And he's like, no, who the fuck you? And he's like, oh, I'm here to drop off the snowblower. And it's like, boom. It's like, oh, okay.
You're the guy.
You're the guy. Yeah, and he was kind of like a dick to him. He's like, the guy was like, hey, let me show you how to work it. He's like, it's a fucking snowblower. Of course, I'm basically just get the fuck off my property. You know what I mean? Like, I got shit I gotta do. I got a dead wife. I got my blob is like, on its last leg. I got fucking herpes shit fucking growing all over my fucking body. I don't have time for this fucking snowblower shit. And
that's where we kind of went out. We went out of order a little bit, but after the snowblower, he went back in there and was going to fuck the blob one more. He was going to fuck it, and while he's trying to fuck it, he hears the doorbell going off.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and he's fucking it, and he has to stop. He goes to the door. That's where the neighbors were all there for his birthday party. Right. Yeah, and so he runs them all off, and then when he comes back into the room, the blob is just it's done.
Yeah, it's lost all of its moistness. It's not even like blobbing anymore.
Just
Yeah,
a big
I got
goop.
guest host ever because I jumped all over this fucking movie. I'm like here.
Yeah. No, I do it all the time. It's all good.
Into my mind, man. My mind just goes. If I don't have like things itemized like right in front of me, I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm the worst storyteller. But anyway, so uh, so yeah, the blob is looking like shit. It's fucking gassed out. There's no more. Um, Mike is just like falling apart. This fucking infection, whatever it was, is just spreading all throughout his body, and he's on his like last leg. He's like, I need fucking help, right?
Yep.
So he goes back to the brothel,
Yep.
and the bodyguard dude opens the door, and he's like, I need your help, all this other kind of shit, and he has the blob in his fucking hand, whatever. So he offers to help him. So he's like, brings him up to the room. He's like, you stay here. I'll take care of everything. I'll hook you up. You'll be all good. Whatever. So now we see the progression of the infection or whatever it was, like go full beast mode.
Yep.
Now Mike, his skin's getting clammy. Jerry, his skin's getting clammy. His hair is falling out. His teeth are falling out, and this is all in a matter of probably an hour or two.
Yep.
Just turns to a blob, basically, right? And like just gooey, and like skin is like sticking to the bed, and like that. And the bodyguard dude, he's downstairs, and you see him, he's cutting wood, and he's doing this, and he's hooking up a latch, and blah blah blah. And he
made another box.
The box, and guess who's going to be in the box?
And we now know where that blob comes from. When he peels fucking tears his head from his body.
Yeah. Jerry's like turned into like, I mean, he still has like a human form, but he's just like a slimy mess of himself. Yep. And the guy comes in and just
it shows it nice and close. As he's pulling the head, you just see the skin stretching.
Yeah. That happened, just comes right off. Yeah.
Yep. And into the box is how this thing's going to wrap up. Is we're right back to circle again. It's completed. And it's that must be the way.
Now Jerry's gonna be sucking dick.
Jerry is getting a lot of cock and a lot of cum. A lot of cock and cum coming Jerry's way. And that is going to bring us to how this movie wraps up. And like I said, we talked about how it went, and now this is where we get to. We're going to let you know if we'd rather fuck this movie, marry it, or kill it. And if you've listened long enough, you know how we do it. Fuck it. I mean, marrying it's the best one. Marrying it is every day of the week. You just want to sit around, cuddle, hold its hand. That's your go-to. Yeah. Our fuck is our booty call. Our fuck is our every blue moon on a Friday night. You've had too many drinks. You just need to get a little fix on. You're calling up this one. That's your fuck. Killing it. That's the sea donkey. That's that fucking one. You wish you never hooked up with it. That was a one and done. You're crawling out the door to get away from it. So Dave,
buddies are like, "Hey, remember that time?" Nope, I don't remember.
I don't remember shit. If there's no picture, there's no proof. So I want to give it to you, brother. Let us know how'd you feel about the special.
At first, I was gonna fucking kill it, because there was like it was just so far fetched. It's like like I said, like the secretary was what's the point in that? And if I'm being like real bougie about a movie, like a lot of this didn't make sense, but I'm not going to kill it. I am going to fuck it, because this movie, in hindsight, is just good enough to pass around with your friends. Yep. Have to watch this movie, and don't tell them anything about it, and wait for their reaction. Kind of like what you did with me.
Yes.
Wait action at the end, and yeah, it's an actual trip. I do. I like it better than what I originally thought I would like it,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd fuck it.
Oh yeah, and I'm with you on that one. It's a definitely not a kill. It's a fuck for me too. It's nowhere close to being a married.
Oh, no.
Not even close. It's one of them real dirty fucks.
Like an old high school girlfriend who turned out to be like bomb in a barrel, weathered, then run through, and but you a call occasionally.
Yeah, reconnect on that 20-year anniversary of high school reunion.
Yeah, exactly. Like every 10 years,
yeah, it's one of those, and it's one of those, like you said, same thing. I would watch it again, especially if somebody hadn't seen it, or if I just want to see that reaction of being like when it first starts off, and so yeah, that's why it's a fuck for me. I could go back to it, and every now and then, like I said, it may be a year from now before I call it up.
yeah, you don't want them. You don't want that movie catching feelings. You just
No.
one.
You don't want it to say "I love you" back. You just want that thing to just serve its purpose and go about its business. Yeah. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is 2 fucks for the special. And yeah, Dave. Hey, brother, I definitely appreciate you coming on here and like I said, shooting the shit.
Yeah, there's like a few people, like a few friends of mine that actually get into horror movies and everything like that, and I mean they can name the 1972 cult classic, tell you everything about it. I'm not generally myself. I'm not a movie guy, but I like discovering new ones. Like
Mhm.
wouldn't normally watch, and this was like one of them. Like if I probably would just pass right through it, but I'm glad that you mentioned this, gave this to me, because there is a lot to take from it, as far as like I said, hey, you got to watch this movie just for the sole purpose of seeing someone's reaction. You know what I mean? And as you know, me and Garrett on our show, we sometimes do things to get a reaction off each other,
Mhm.
especially on the random shit. But yeah, so I like this. This was good. I'm glad you showed me this movie.
Yep. And like I said, I'm glad you. I was surprised you fucked it. Honest with you, because I was like, this is one of those movies. It takes a certain taste
Yeah.
to be able to be like get it. You
Yeah.
know. So that surprised me when you said you're gonna fuck it. Because at first I was like, man, Dave's gonna be like, what's this? And like, what the fuck is wrong with Jay? Why the fuck?
Yeah, I'm generally, as far as movies go, like I'm like a documentary. Like I love like real shit. You know what I mean? Like what was that movie? Taken, where the father goes overseas because his daughter
Oh
was killed.
yeah, but Liam Neeson.
I thought that was like the worst movie ever.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's so fake. You know what I mean? Like he's doing 97 miles an hour in reverse, flips the car around, jumps a thing onto a ship. It's like that ain't ever gonna happen. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But yeah, I'm kind of like I'm weird like that. But yeah, like I said, I'm glad this one came across.
Good deal. Hey, like I said, again, brother, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And one more time, where can everybody find you at? One more time before we go.
To criminalafpodcast.com for all of your criminal AF needs, social media, merchandise, Patreon, all that kind of good shit. And
Awesome.
yeah, give us a listen. Check it out.
Yeah, and I recommend also the Criminal AF. Like I said, my brother John
Yeah.
turned me on to him, and I binge listened through everything and got into the Discord. The Discord alone is worth the price of admission because you also get in the Patreon, you get all the extra stuff, the Criminal AF, the rant, the criminal as fuck, all that good stuff. And like I said, so I 100% go check them out. Thank you again, Dave, for coming on here.
Yeah.
Thank you all for hanging out with us for a little while and listening to us shoot the shit. And but yeah, that's going to do it for another episode of Triple FMK. And just like always, I need you to gather up your shit, grab your drinks, put your chairs away, and get the fuck out of here.